Hi, Julie. Hi, Megan. I would also like to thank you both for your hard work. I think these discussions have been very useful. Uh, I've enjoyed uploading videos and talk about the readings. I think it's a very good way of digesting all this information and get some more feedback. That is so very welcome. And so yeah, this week's readings, uh, I enjoyed both as someone mentioned, I think Megan, you mentioned that you like Knocklings better. I think I did too. Um, I think Said's introduction is very much it's very political. It's a very political approach. Um, it's obviously delving into all these geopolitical matters that personally they're not really my cup of tea. I mean, I do understand that we need geopolitical and cultural historical context when studying art history, and that's the beauty of it. Um, I did in Said's introduction. I did like um, his definition of Orientalism. He said Orientalism is a distribution of geopolitical awareness into aesthetic, scholarly, economic, sociological, historical, and philological text. Uh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You got all these components contributing to shape art and artist approach by all means. And someone mentioned social media, and it was mentioned in Said's article as well, and the impact of like electronic postmodern world. He said uh, one aspect of the electronic postmodern world is that there has been a reinforcement of the stereotypes by which the Orient is viewed. And then he goes on listing television, films, and all the media as resources. Today, you could also include social media. I do agree with that, but any media is, of course, kind of a resonating chamber, right? So, yes, it is going to intensify, the bad stuff, but the good stuff as well. Um, back in the day, it could be, stereotypes. It's probably today too, and thinking that everyone living in the Near East, they would be like charming snakes and being idle all day, not doing any job. Uh, by the way, I'm not sure how anyone can think that. I mean, in what kind of society is no one doing any work and everyone is eating and surviving? So I'm not sure how they may think that everyone would be idle. But I'm afraid it's a concept that may be alive today from a Western perspective. I do unfortunately hear these sort of comments from over here from a European perspective. People say like, "Oh, over there, oh, I'm sure that the climate is too warm, and so yeah, no one's doing any work. They probably better off, uh, no, slacking off in the shade all day." Yeah, unlikely. Uh, so the question, facing all the real and fake news that we have nowadays, which is the equivalent to what we've seen here, are we educated enough to distinguish, to tell the, the truth from the fake, the real or was trying to be real at least from what's not real, and from anything that's not even trying to be real. You have Jerome's painting where he's just placing some hints of realism here and there um, across the painting. But and I agree with Julie when you say maybe that's not what artists were going for, but the bias is strong. Ironically, at some point in Knockling's article, there's a digression and he jumps to romantic Orientalism with Delacroix. Does any mention what he believes, why he believes Delacroix actually had lots of fantasies about women, about possessing women and the sort of things, and that there may be a way to express this sort of extreme um, sexual impulses they may have. I don't know if that's the case or not, but I do find that hilarious in a way and compelling in another. So I'm just imagine Delacroix having all these female models and having in his own studio and having fantasies about all of them, and but not being able to do anything about that. He would just paint that stuff. I don't know, funny and disturbing at the same time. But the fact that in his own Orientalism and in romantic Orientalism, there was a lot of himself. There was a lot of the artist in it. Maybe there was less objective bias and discrimination in it. Maybe not that bit of discrimination, even subconscious maybe that we can find in Jerome, for instance. Um, yeah, so I think that was pretty much my analysis. In Nocklin's article, I do love all the iconography that he does, and pointing out um, how certain things are missing. Like there's no Westerners, and we know Westerners were very much there. Uh, there's no art. There's no concept of art almost in itself. Work, as we said, everyone is idleness, and it is the same as photography. That's a very good point. Even photography can be biased. It can be staged. Um, Even if I'm wondering whether the absence of Westerners may be a way to for Jerome to point out that we are the observer, because obviously this painting would be directed to a Western audience or a French audience, so maybe it was just a way for us to better identify with an observer. I don't know. I mean, if you were a tourist in such a foreign land, um, maybe you would be so much in awe at what you were seeing that there's a chance if there was a fellow Westerner, you may not even notice them because all the exotic stuff, exotic to you that you're experiencing is so captivating that it just catches your eye and you don't see anything else. That could be a way of interpretation, I guess. Yeah, thanks for watching. Speak next time. Take care. Bye bye.